There's much to do this week. I have asked for the first part of the week that you read all of the sonnets located in your textbook, and so you will read those sonnets. I have here 3 videos that I recorded, and I'm just reading the sonnets aloud so that you can hear them. And I'm doing just a little bit of analysis and explanation about how Shakespeare's sonnets are generally understood, so please review those. And for your homework, what you'll be asked to do is write a couple of paragraphs. You'll be comparing and contrasting the ways in which Shakespeare treats the topics of romantic love, time, perfection, and loss. So for the first paragraph, you'll be asked to compare and contrast Shakespeare's treatment of ideal beauty in sonnets 18 and 130. And for a second paragraph, you will be asked to compare and contrast Shakespeare's treatment of the topic of time in sonnets 55 and 55 and 73. So, if you are happy to treat time in sonnets 55 and 73, then these are the 2 paragraphs that you work on. Now, if you are preferring instead to compare and contrast Shakespeare's treatment of despair in sonnets 29 and 129, then you can do that in lieu of treating time in sonnets 55 and 73. Again, so everybody's to work on ideal beauty, comparing ideal beauty in sonnets 18 and 130, and everyone has a choice for their second topic if they're going to treat time in sonnets 55 and 73, or if they're going to treat despair in sonnets 29 and 129. And you have a journal due on Thursday. Soon you will be submitting Essay 2, so for the journal this week, review the assignment sheet for Essay 2 and talk about your plans for Essay 2. Which poem will you be analyzing? What can you say about the themes of this poem? What can you say about the structure of this poem? How does the structure of this poem enhance the theme you wish to put forward? And you'll be asked to include, after you answer these questions, include in this journal the answers to the questions above, followed by your working thesis and your rough outlines. So we want to see what your plans are for your Essay 2, and thorough is best. Because we are coming very, very close to the deadline for Essay 2. You've had the assignment sheet for several weeks now, and you have already begun it a little bit with last week's homework. So you want to be getting on with things. And then you're going to have a timed essay for Friday, March 15th. And the timed essay will ask you basically to write an early version of your Essay 2. It says, review my video on breath pauses and jamment, caesuras, and line breaks, which I will provide shortly. Review your last journal with your plans for Essay 2. Study the poem you have chosen to analyze for your Essay 2. Apply the lesson provided about breath pauses and jamment, caesuras, and line breaks to the poem you selected. Practice reading the poem aloud with no pauses at the ends of lines, with brief pauses at the ends of lines, and with long pauses at the ends of lines, and see what kinds of observations you can make on the basis of those particular pauses. And then practice again. Reading the poem aloud, try reading with no pauses for periods, colons, or semicolons. Try reading with brief pauses for periods, colons, or semicolons. And then try reading with long pauses for periods, colons, or semicolons. Now, these are our structuring principles, right? Breath pauses and jamment, caesuras, or caesuras, and line breaks. They change sort of the pace of things, which can also change how we understand the meaning. And once you've done that practice, you want to take note on any differences you find in meaning or in feeling from these different pauses. And then I would ask you to decide ahead of time what you will say about the effect of the regularity of the lines in the poem that you've chosen, of the breath, and of the way meaning is built up in the poem. Identify ahead of time which lines have enjambment, which lines have a caesura or caesura, and decide what you will say is the effect of this irregularity or these irregularities of the breath, and of the breaking or doubling of meaning, as sometimes happens with enjambment. Okay, once you have applied your observations to your Essay 2 plans, then you should open up this timed essay, and I think it has 60 minutes for you to type up this timed essay, which again is it's meant to get the juices flowing and get you ready to complete your Essay 2. And you can see ahead of time that your completed draft of your Essay 2 will be due the following Monday on March 18th. Your peer review you should be completing this week with your partners in your groups, and then Essay 2 due March 22nd. So, enjoy.